We listed the top teams in each respective conference: East, Boston Celtics; Western Conference, Timberwolves. What teams for both of those teams in their respective conferences, could give them a run for their money?
We're talking about the top of the top of the conferences.
I guess, or a team that you're not really expecting to, essentially make noise. Who do you think they can? What team you think can spoil their run to the playoffs?
I mean, for me, I think the Knicks. I'm not sure if that's low enough though, like a 4 seed. Mm-hmm. But I think the Knicks could do some spoiling. Ooh. I was a year too early on Cleveland. I'm so happy to see where they at in the standings right now at top 2. I feel like things are looking well for them. I think they won like 19 of their last 20 games or something like that.
They're number 2 seed right now, right?
Yeah, man. I'm happy to see, because that team to me, as far as like how it's built, I like how it's built. But yeah, the Knicks. I think that their roster is solid, and defensively, I know that they'll be there in the playoffs. But we'll just, Jalen Brunson, as far as that star power that you need, it's enough for them. It works for them in their offense. So it'll just be about. Obviously, Julius Randle is going to be on the same hump. He's going to do the same things. He's going to be shooting them 3-pointers you don't need to be shooting. But
he's so terrible in the playoffs. It's
crazy. And that is the thing. Like, I feel like those trades that they made, I feel like they don't make them necessarily better on offense, but I feel like what it will do is it will at least balance their team more so that they don't feel like, oh, no, that doesn't even make sense. Never mind. That doesn't even make sense. I was going to say, like, based off of, trading RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly, the ball will get funneled more to where it needs to, but even then it's going to go to Julius Randle and fucking Jalen Brunson. But I think
Anunoby's good.
Yeah, no, he is. But as far as shot creation, which is what a lot of times NBA playoff basketball comes down to, I don't know if that's where he needs to be.
Too, right?
They get Alec Burks and they got Bogdanovich.
Yeah, now Bogdanovich is a good move. Detroit finally moved off him.
I know.
So that was cool. That was good. That was a good move. So yeah, I think the Knicks could spoil some plans for the top seed in the East. Now in the West, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see Dallas. I'd like to see Luka like finally get farther. Because I just want to see that star power.
Once the conference finals, you mean farther as in get to the finals?
Yeah. Like I want to see that play out. I'd like to see him and Jokic go at it in the series too. That'd be great. That's from a star power.
That would be fire.
Perspective.
Yeah, I said you have the same answers as me. I said the Knicks. I thought about Cleveland, but I'm just like, I know y'all got that experience last year, but outside of Donovan Mitchell, I don't trust any of those players to help him get to where he needs to be.
Yeah.
So I guess I got the Knicks by default. Even though Julius Randle doesn't play well, we'll see what happens this year. OG's made some deep playoff runs with the Toronto Raptors, and Jalen Brunson's made deep playoff runs, and they got a good coach, who's defensive minded as well. In the Western Conference, I just have PTSD from seeing Luka. I've seen Luka play with nothing and always give a Clippers a 7-game run for their money. So in my head, I'm like, yo, even though Minnesota number 1 right now, that experience actually does matter. So like y'all said, Kyrie and Luka in the playoffs with throw whoever on there. I think they can beat a lot of teams, man. So I agree with you. I got the Mavs in the West, man. Yeah. What about you, Carl?
I think for sure in the West, I was looking at the West and I was like, the West is just really, again, deep this year.
Yeah.
But I could see one of the teams I was thinking of was the Mavs, but also I was thinking the Suns and the Lakers. Could at least ruin some things for some of these players.
I don't want to be be a homer.
But that's my thing is I think this is more, I don't know if I'm not necessarily saying they would make it to the finals, but I think that they could, especially if, say, one of these lower seeds is on the same side of the bracket as the number 1 seed.
Yeah, because the second round 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, it could be the same thing as like how last year the Nuggets were playing the Lakers, who were the 7th seed. That's not what you expect.
Yeah.
So I think there's a couple of teams that could upset. But then also, in that same vein, I don't know if the top teams are the favorites, because right now the top 2 teams are the T-Wolves and the Thunder. And I don't really see a lot of people saying that those 2 are going to make it to the finals.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
Yeah, and then I think on the East side, I agree with the Knicks.
Knicks by default, right?
And yeah, for sure. And I think the Pacers could do something.
Mm-hmm.
I really
if they
think
get the
they
right
do.
matchup, I think they could.
They play really fast. They play really young because they are. And Halliburton is really really good. So I think they could definitely upset somebody.
I thought before you said the Knicks, I thought you were gonna say the Cavs, or I thought you were gonna say Miami.
Yeah, Miami always has opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
They always have opportunity. Good coaching, mixed in with that experience. Talent is a little bit deficient, but they always seem to make it up somehow. So yeah.
All right.